Well, here's how the pipe's been looking. I do have a bit of a problem though. If I can get the focus right on the stem gap. I can just tilt it. You can see a little bit at the edges, some white showing through. Instead of a smooth transition, there's a gap there. I worked earlier to alleviate that. And then after I shaped the shank, I did some more work, and it actually got worse. I think the problem is, if I take my piece of sandpaper with the hole in it, and I stick it over here, as if I were going to shove this right back into the shank. You have this piece of paper that's flat now. What happens when you squeeze these edges around the oval, you can see it pushes up on these two edges, which is going to sand more on the sides here and leave that gap at these edges on the outside. I think that's what's been happening. So I'm going to try to change that. I've got another piece of sandpaper. I've got the hole traced. Also, to make a cleaner hole, I bought a hole punch, which is too small, but I can work around it. And then I'm going to try, after I punch it out, to make some straight folds across and crease the paper straight across the edges so that it doesn't do that bending up the edge. And hopefully that'll help me take care of that issue. I'm kind of disappointed though, because I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but if you look, you can't see much light. It's hard to see from this angle, but maybe with the stem in you'll be able to see it a little bit. If you look down the stem, you'll kind of maybe note, I don't know if you can really tell, but the airway is on. You can kind of see how you can't really see it a straight shot all the way through the airway, but the mortise and the airway on this kit were drilled on different angles, and what I think that's doing is it's putting my the line of this pipe, the shank, isn't going straight to the bottom on the outside. The airway goes straight through, but then because this mortise is crooked, the outside shape of the shank wants to travel off to an angle just a little bit. It wants to go this way, so it'll either look like the stem is crooked and tilted out like that, or it'll look like the shank comes in at an angle on this side. So a little bit disappointed in that, but I'll probably just finish her up anyway. Well, I'm making some progress, and I think I found the best way to do it is to just put the stem in, and I'm tapping it up against this to get a slight bit of pressure on the paper, but not too much that it's completely stuck in there. And then just rotating the paper, leaving the stem and the shank in the same place, and just using my free hand that's on the camera right now to just kind of rotate the paper around. I'm getting a lot better junction between the stem and the shank there.